What if I told you bad writers are currently wiping the floor with you? Would you say I'm lying? Would you say I'm delusional? Well, dear viewer, I hate to break it to you, but it is the cold, hard truth. While you're there twiddling your thumbs, wondering what to write about, wondering what other people will think of you, there's some double-digit moron out there in the world who's just writing his bollocks off and getting all of the results that you rightly deserve. How does this make you feel? Does it make you feel insecure? Does it make you feel angry? If so, good. You see, I'm not like most writing coaches. I'm here to tell you the cold hard truth 24/7, 7 days a week, all the time. I will never lie to you. I will always tell you what you need to hear. There are currently people who are not as good as you doing much better than you. And what's really messed up is, if you started right now, there wouldn't be a contest. But because you're stalling and overthinking like some sort of neurotic psychopath, bad writers with very silly, not very good brains are destroying you. But don't worry, you've come to the right place. This video is going to solve everything for you. By the end of it, you're not going to be the mop that they're wiping the floor with. You're going to be the one wielding the mop. And we're going to do this together because you know what's really crazy? Those bad writers, they're wiping the floor with me too. Let me explain. A few days ago, I was reading a business YouTuber's lead magnet. If you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's just something you give away for free in exchange for an email address. Usually an ebook, a mini course, an email course. If you want my one, click the first link in the description. But anyway, I was reading this thing and I was shocked. It was the worst thing I'd read all day, which really surprised me because his content is top tier. Montel, my friend, if you are watching this video by any chance, you have got to sort out that lead magnet. To be fair, he probably didn't write it himself. He probably got a freelancer to do it. But still, it was bad writing. It was full of spelling mistakes. The structure was a mess. The flow was bad. And yet, this man, Montel, he's made over $1 million online. Again, I don't know if he wrote it himself, but if he did, that shows that bad writers are currently wiping the floor with us. And my friend, we cannot allow this to keep happening. We need to strike back. We need to show the world that elite writing is the way forward, not trash, freelance, Fiverr, Upwork, We need to up the bar and we need to get the wins ourselves. And you know how we do it? We do it by writing. We stop sitting on the sidelines and we get going. Montel, he's a legit entrepreneur. And although his lead magnet looks like it was written by a toddler on crack, he's still crushing it. It's still getting results. Why? Because he had the balls to put it out there. So let me ask you one question. Where are your balls? Now, allow me to shoot an arrow of truth straight into your brain. You can be a bad writer and still get amazing results. I can't tell you how many awful stories I've seen on Medium blow up in popularity. Explode, more viral than even my pieces of genius. Can you believe it? I know, it shocks me as well. People who can barely even speak English are writing pieces of content that are bringing in thousands of followers, thousands of dollars, and building entire careers. And the reason they're able to do this is so stupidly simple. Even if their writing is worse than the last season of Game of Thrones, they're still moving. They have momentum. They're learning. They have a goal. They're moving in the right direction, and nothing will stop them from achieving what they want. That's why they're winning, and you're not. My friend, I do not care if you are waiting for the perfect time to publish. I do not care if you are suffering from delusional perfectionism. I need to tell you the truth. You are wasting your time. I don't know why I got all emotional there for a second. You are wasting your time. People who can't even write English are crushing it. Do you understand what's happening here? You are waiting for a moment that will never come. Just please, for the love of all that is good in this gorgeous world, get going. You've got nothing to lose. Okay, in all seriousness, like this is silly. You're being silly. You cannot allow these bad writers to soak up all of the success that should be yours? Will you be a Viking and pillage your way to writing Valhalla? Or will you continue to wait? I hate to say it, like a coward. Because if you're not posting things online, that tells me one critical thing. You don't have cojones. You don't have bollocks. And ladies, this is not a male thing. The point is, it takes serious courage to share your work online. It literally took me years of development to do this. Alright, let me just take my costume off and be, honest with you. Before I ever posted my first piece of content, I am not lying to you, I know I've been exaggerating a lot. I was terrified. For years. I used to want to be a YouTuber when I was a teenager, when I was 12 years old. But I never did anything. Because I was always afraid. To be fair, I did go to a school full of psychopaths, very violent psychopaths. They probably would have kicked my head in if they saw I was on YouTube. But once I left that school, once I grew up, the dream was still there. The desire to be a content creator was still there. But I was too scared to do anything. So, listen, I totally understand if you are suffering from fear at the moment. I was in the exact same position. But I'm telling you right now, as soon as you get over that fear and you develop a consistent habit of publishing, it becomes a piece of cake. You literally stop thinking about any of that stuff. And please do not overthink. Stop overthinking. You do not have to produce a piece of work that's as good as Good Will Hunting the first time you make something. It's just an example. Think of your favorite film, favorite song, favorite anything. You do not have to produce that the first time you do it. Because the thing you make doesn't have to be amazing. I already told you, there are bad writers sharing their work and getting audiences. They're growing, right? They're growing followings. They're growing careers. And it's because they're just putting it out there. You can do this too. The sheer fact that you have the courage to actually put something out there will mean you have a higher chance of getting that lucky break. I don't believe in all this lucky break stuff. I think you create your luck, but the point still remains. Because when you put yourself out there in the digital world, when you make a conscious choice to try and build leverage for yourself, you get rewarded. It may not happen the first time you do it, but the more often you do it, the more likely you are to keep being rewarded. It's honestly a numbers game. Obviously, you do have to get better, but it is also just a numbers game. It's not because the universe has a cringe fetish or likes seeing people post bad things. It's simply a case of first principles. What that means is, algorithms, audiences, and social media platforms only reward the people who actually take action. If you don't publish, you don't get the rewards. It's that simple. Therefore, you need to publish your work, regardless of what you think about it. I don't care if you think it's atrocious, you need to get into that habit. The reality is, my dear viewer, you're probably too smart for your own good. You think too much. You overanalyze absolutely everything. You're constantly weighing up all the options, you're thinking of all the worst case scenarios, and when you do that, it's quite difficult to come up with content ideas. So, listen, just relax your face, calm down, take a chill pill, because if your mind is going to be all fight or flighty, you're not going to be able to do anything. Trust me, I've been there. And the only reason this is happening is because you are quite intelligent. Because if you were stupid, you wouldn't care about any of that and you would just be posting things. That's why there are a bunch of brain-dead goblins constantly consuming brain rot on places like TikTok, but they're still going mega viral because they're creating themselves. And the reason they're doing it is because they're not smart enough to consider the consequences of the content they put out. They're just getting on with it. And by getting on with it, they're leaving you in the dust. So, what do? Super duper, super trooper, simple. Right, post. Right, post. Not right, left. Right, post. Right, post. That's all you have to do. Because right plus post equals a toast. A toast to you for being so awesome. A toast to you for overcoming your fear, growing as a person, and becoming a certified badass. Does that not sound good to you? I think it sounds pretty good. Okay. Enough dilly-dallying. I'm gonna be serious now. Just write. If you're a bad writer, write badly. Doesn't matter. You'll get better. Trust me. You will get better. Because the raw, unfiltered truth is, bad writing beats no writing. And this is the case every single time. It's irrefutable. You can't get better if you're not doing. You can't get feedback if you're not sharing. And there's no way you can grow an audience if there's nothing worth following you for. My friend, my precious, my love, you've been waiting in potential for way too long. Let me just give it to you straight, okay? Potential is bullshit. All that matters is production. Potential without production is masturbation. Production without potential is elevation. And for you, my friend, it's time to produce. If you want help with that production process and you actually want to start posting consistently, check out the links in the description. Sign up for Magnetic Writing. It's my free email course. It's going to teach you all about persuasive writing. If you're really serious about taking that next step, check out the second link where I will show you the step-by-step process to becoming a digital writer in 2025. And if you want to learn one of the fastest ways to improve your writing, watch this next video where I will show you exactly how to do that. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.